What's up, you guys? Today we're going to talk about a pretty basic topic: how to increase your testosterone, and we are going to be doing reaction commentary to a video that Hamza Ahmed has just recently released. Now, as many of you may know, Hamza is a big influence in this self-improvement men's space niche part of YouTube on the side of the internet, and he has a lot of followers. He has a large influence over a lot of the young men in this kind of area, and his sort of philosophy and word means a lot to these people. Now, as many of you may know, Hamza's recent philosophies have been fluctuating a bit in this last coming year, and it's been stirring up quite a bit of controversy on this side of the internet, and it has been gaining, and he's been gaining and losing traction at a constant rate. And lately, Hamza's big epiphany that he's had is that you cannot increase your testosterone. And, well, I'm here to disagree with him on that. Now, Hamza's been doing this stuff for a long time, and I know personally, watching his page, that he was natural for quite a while. And he was doing many natural methods to get his testosterone as high as possible, probably naturally. So for him to now come out and have an he's trying to persuade people adamantly that you cannot increase your testosterone naturally. Now, I'm not too sure what he really means by this, or what he's intending, because, to just give him the benefit of the doubt here, maybe he means you can't increase your testosterone naturally past your maximum potential. But the problem here is a lot of young men are not at their maximum potential. They're not even close. So I don't really understand where he's trying to come from. Of course you can increase your testosterone naturally. There's many methods, and there's many things that you can do that I'm going to be going over today in this video. Okay, before we go over a list of pros and cons and things that you can do to increase your testosterone. So that would be pros, things that increase it, and cons, things in your environment that will decrease your testosterone. And this is all naturally, okay? I just want to take a moment to discuss Hamza and why he might be either misconstrued or intentionally directing his students and his followers in the wrong direction. Now, Hamza's been known to change his mind before in the past, and he's been known to even gather his students, and try to sell them courses, and obviously scam them and not necessarily set them on the perfect path. He's been known to do this before in the past. But, giving self-improvement advice, that's pretty much the same advice that you give on your YouTube channel for an extreme price. I wouldn't really call that a scam. That's people's own deal if they want to pay money on YouTube for self-improvement advice that is pretty basic, that everybody can look up now for free. And that's what I just want to enlighten some of the young men here today on this page. It's like, guys, you don't need to be buying courses, and you definitely don't need to be on TRT. Hamza's new main driving marketing tactic now is that young men should start TRT. That's testosterone replacement therapy. and he's 27. He's talking about pre-30 starting testosterone replacement therapy. Let me tell you guys, I'm 30 right now, and you don't want to be on testosterone for the rest of your life. What you guys want to increase your testosterone as much as you can naturally. This is literally what being a man is. You know, shortcutting it and taking testosterone, not only does it have massive ramifications, and there is a price that you're going to have to pay, but you guys are going to have to figure this stuff out eventually. You're going to have to pay, you're going to have to accept accountability eventually. You're going to have to meet the problem face to face eventually. And that's why it's important, especially in your 20s, man. You guys want to experience the world. There's a reason why your 20s are going to be rough for maybe an average guy, but that's okay. You just don't even realize that right now the ride is just bumpy, but it's still a fun ride. And I wish I could have realized in my 20s, through all the struggle and all the pain and the hardships, that it was really just a great time. I should have enjoyed myself while I had the chance. But with that being said, once you're done and you're past it, you're experienced, you're a veteran, you know, you've been in this game for a long time. In your 30s, you are just reaching the pinnacle of your manhood. You're a man's peak, a true man's peak. We're not talking about a young man. A man, a fully stacked, mature, and wizened man. This is your later 30s, guys. I'm just starting out. And I'm telling you right now, increasing your testosterone naturally will make you feel better than you've ever felt in your entire life. I'm just here to kind of sway you guys into starting something that has lifelong repercussions. Now, I'm sure Hamza does feel great on testosterone. I'm sure it does feel great because testosterone feels great. But it's kind of like being a drug addict or someone who used, and then you become sober. But it's not the kind of sober where you are you're constantly at odds with the fact that there's alcohol. You're the sober person who decided to get over it. You're the person who conquered it. You don't need it anymore. It's not something that you constantly think about and think, I can't have that or I'll ruin my life. You just don't need it anymore. You decided to stop on your own. That is what essentially, and then the sober person realizes that their life is even better than before, way better than before. They realize they can feel good on their own. They realize they're in control of their own mind, and it's a streamlined, constant thing. It's like a constant high. You actually just feel great all the time. That's what having high testosterone is like. You just feel great all the time. You don't even need drugs. And the thing about taking TRT is, well, you are leaning on a dependency. So I feel like, okay, so, you know, when that TRT starts to wear off and you need to pin, what then? You know? So the main kind of marketing strategy is that testosterone, you feel 100% all of the time. Well, that's not necessarily true. Not if you don't have your testosterone. You don't feel 100% all the time. Having naturally high testosterone, you do feel 100% all the time, but I mean, you may be able to still get sick. But then again, the benefits of high testosterone is a high immune system. It's a highly functioning, working immune system. It's a fast metabolism. It's a healthy body. So you're probably not going to get sick as much as the average person in the first place. Now, I'd like to go over a list of things that you can do, implement, eat, and probably afford by yourself naturally. And you can do these things starting today, starting next week, whenever you feel like you want to try them. And they're not hard to come by. These aren't supplements, they're not testosterone boosters, they're not stuff that's you have to go out of your way and purchase, and it's not gimmicky. Okay, guys, so first off on the list here is make sure that you're getting enough sleep. You need to be sleeping 8 hours, not 7, not 6, not sleep deprived. And guys, make sure you are aligning your circadian rhythm. Try to be going to sleep at around the same time. Try to be waking up at around the same time. You can aim for that before 12 o'clock area, and you can be waking up at like 9, 10. I personally like to sometimes get more than 8 hours of sleep. It's honestly, it's amazing for your body. Guys, our brains literally need sleep to function. Your brain controls all of your nerve endings, all of your parasympathetic nervous system, your nervous system, all of your blood vessels, your gains, your energy, your glucose levels, your hormones. None of this stuff is going to function properly when you don't have sleep. It might as well be a day of non-optimization, okay? Next thing I want to go over is making sure that you are recovering after your workouts. A lot of these guys out here, they are very gung-ho and they're just excited and they're working out non-stop. They're not resting their bodies, they're not recovering. Guys, gains are made while you are sleeping, while you are recovering. Testosterone is made while you are sleeping, okay? Recovery and rest are just as important as training. Let's make sure, guys, that we are training. Let's train hard, train plenty, and train, till your heart's desire, okay? We don't want to be overtraining. You don't want to be injuring yourself. And most importantly, guys, enjoy yourself. Make training fun. You need to be able to do this consistently. It's about consistency, okay? And I promise you, if you get out there and you move your body and you conquer something and you make yourself stronger and you discipline your mind and you gain mental fortitude and you strengthen your body, mind, and soul, like the teachings of Goku, all of your insecurities, your attention issues, your anxiety issues, I promise you that they start to minimize. It might not feel like that at first, and especially when you very first start, you're really going to be, fighting it, okay? But that's the whole point, and I guarantee you, you will start to enjoy this. Okay, another good tip. So, a lot of you guys like to shower in the morning. At the end of your shower, hit yourself with some cold water. Cold showers, okay? This is great for recovery. It's great to get the blood pumping, and it increases testosterone. It gets your energy levels going. It wakes you up. It feels amazing. The colder the water, the better it feels. Okay, guys, just a quick tip. So, if you're shopping in stores and you are paying at the register, make sure you do not touch receipts. Receipts for purchases made, on the paper, it contains a incredibly concentrated amount of BPA. This chemical is known to essentially destroy testosterone, just eradicate it, and it's not good to be touching this stuff. So just don't touch receipts. It might seem a little bit weird at first, but I promise you, you'll almost never have to touch a receipt. If you need a receipt to leave the store, just have them throw it in your bag. It's really not that big of a deal. just kind of redirect the question. If you know what I mean, you don't have to be some weird guy that's saying that you don't want to touch receipts, but don't touch them, and I promise you, your testosterone will stop decreasing. Therefore, you will feel an increase, which is something that Hamza says you can't accomplish. Well, not if you're touching receipts. Okay, guys, along with getting enough sleep and recovery, you want to be making sure you're getting sunlight every day and making sure that you are avoiding your phone screen light, LED lights after the sun goes down, so that you can get your circadian rhythm functioning, starting to happen. Your body will start to produce melatonin, and you can get that long REM, much needed sleep, where you produce all your testosterone for the next day and you're ready to go. Along with not touching receipts, guys, we want to stop drinking and eating out of plastics. The environment that we currently live in today in the modern world is surrounded by pollutants for our endocrine system. It's surrounded by pollutants that disturb, disrupt, and basically lower our hormone regulation. So just plastics are an estrogenic material as they are. They are estrogenic in their very existence. So when you're eating or drinking and you're getting microplastics in your system, you're lowering your testosterone and you are disrupting your endocrine system, and you're not going to feel as optimal as you possibly can. This is a pretty easy thing to fix. Microplastics are essentially sweated out of the body, so training hard or a sauna, you can get them out in relatively a few days. So that's a nice tip. Okay, guys, as I was saying, the environment that we are currently living in is against testosterone. It is basically designed to lower your testosterone at every corner. So another great thing that you can do is stop using spray colognes. These have parabens in them and phthalates in them. These are two chemicals known to disrupt the endocrine system. They're essentially BPAs. So just keep in mind that you're gonna have to probably take the L on deodorant. You know, you don't want to be walking around smelling. You're probably gonna have to take an L on your toothpaste. Toothpaste is another endocrine disruptor, but just don't swallow. You know, try to minimize your use on your toothpaste, and don't use spray colognes. You won't be lowering your testosterone as much. Alright, guys, a quick one. When you're getting enough sunlight, make sure that you sneeze, and sneeze loudly. Just let out all those bacteria and built up frustration. Sneezing is great for the body. It's a great way to detox, okay? And make sure you're doing it loudly. Don't be afraid. Don't ever be fucking afraid to fucking take up space. Don't ever fucking let anybody tell you you don't need to be fucking loud. You're a man. Fuck what they think. You gotta sneeze. Fucking sneeze. Alright, guys, the main thing we gotta be doing here if you want to increase testosterone, this isn't just making sure your environment isn't lowering your testosterone, but this is up to you if you want to get your testosterone higher and grow a Chad beard, right? You need to be taking risks, guys. You have to be taking risks, and you have to be winning. You need to go get your W, okay? You can't allow the world to keep you down, and it's going to, and it's trying to adamantly. It's doing everything in its power to make sure that you can't win. So you got to go out there by any means. Get your fucking W, man. Your testosterone will raise, and it'll just lead to more W's. So by any means, fucking win. Okay, guys, another great one here. Talking to girls. Yeah, the thing that none of you guys want to do. You gotta talk to girls, guys. Talking to girls is known to increase a man's testosterone by 25% each second that's going by. It's not gaining more than 25%, but for each second that's going by. Okay, so this is a great way to get comfortable with getting out of your comfort zone, and it's a great way to immediately get results. Now, a lot of you guys are afraid of rejection. Well, that's kind of the whole point, is to get over your fucking fears of rejection, okay? Now, you don't just have to talk to girls. Go outside and get yourself socially lubricated, okay? Talk to anybody, all right? Be happy. Be in a good mood. Be grateful, okay? Be grateful that you're here living, that you're alive. You get to live another day. You get to experience life, and you get to pretty much do whatever the fuck you want. So life is pretty good right now. Alright guys, another thing that we can do to stop decreasing your testosterone and to live more of a healthy life, we need to be making sure, along with sleeping, along with recovering, along with training, you need to eat plenty, okay guys? No skin and bones around here, alright? I'm going to tell you right now, I've experienced it myself. Being a fat guy, not necessarily not an obese guy, but a bigger round guy, is a million times better than being a toothpick. Alright? Now, I don't want you guys to take this the wrong way and go out of your way and go and get fat. That's probably not gonna happen. But get on a fucking bulk. Start fucking eating. Start training. You'll need to eat more. You'll need to sleep more. You'll go to sleep faster. They all coalesce, guys. All this stuff coincides. All this stuff works together in your advantage. The more things that you do, the easier it will be to accumulate more testosterone, the more you'll need to eat. Okay, the more muscle you'll gain, the faster your metabolism will get. Alright? A fast metabolism equals lean, equals law. Okay? A fast metabolism equals high testosterone. Alright? It's just that simple. You need to be eating, guys. And you need to be putting on muscle. It's just that simple, alright? There's really nothing else that you can do about it. I can go over a list of high testosterone foods right now. Okay, guys, you're going to be eating plenty of meats. Obviously, the fucking backbone of protein. You can't ignore that in any way, okay? Carbohydrates, you need to be fueling your brain, okay? You need carbohydrates. Caffeine, guys. This is a super fucking food. Drink your fucking energy drinks. Zero sugar energy drinks. You can have a sugar energy drink every now and then if you want one, but zero fucking sugar energy drinks. You'll be wired all day, and you'll be getting shit done, okay? This is going to help you out in your life. This is going to help you gain muscle, and you're going to be losing fucking fat, okay? Now, maybe being fat's better than being skinny, but you still want to have that Greek cut look. You want to look angular. You want to look muscular. You want to have a big neck, okay? You guys don't want to be thin. If you're young and you're thin, get yourself eating some food, okay? That's the first thing that you got to do, because you're not going to have a structural jaw. You're not going to have a big face until you start getting some muscle, some mass, okay? That's just the way it is as a man. Okay, guys. Tuna, that's a great source of testosterone. But one food that I want to go over specifically that I have found is the best source of testosterone, and it's the easiest to come by. There might be foods that are higher in testosterone, but this works like it's basically what's it called, an aphrodisiac, or a this stuff basically works as kind of like a Viagra, and it's raw honey, guys. If you're feeling low on testosterone, or you need to recover from a workout, especially if you need, take some raw honey before you work out. A spoonful of raw honey. You will have 50% less sore muscles and less aching and less pain, and you'll recover a lot faster. This is basically natural Viagra. Now, you want raw honey. You want to know why? This has a component in it called royal jelly. If you guys go to the liquor store, and you know that they have those dick pills, but guess what else they have? They have honey packs. What do you think that is? It's fucking honey, okay? So if you guys take this, just a spoonful of raw honey, like a week, will help regulate your hormone system. I swear to God. I swear to God. A spoonful of... But if you are ever feeling low on testosterone, just take some of this and just start dumping it in your mouth, bro. Just start fucking dumping it in your mouth. You will immediately see a surge in your testosterone, and I'm not even fucking lying. It's one of the most foolproof foods I've ever had for increasing testosterone, which is what Hamza says that you cannot do. Another really great food, guys, is eggs. You can get almost every micronutrient that you want, that you need for your daily life, just by having a couple eggs in the morning. In fact, if you were to have 4 eggs and a glass of orange juice, you would have every micronutrient and macronutrient that your body needs to sustain for fuel for the entire day. And you'd probably be good for the week, to be honest, as far as the micronutrients parts goes. Now, guys, I want to start to touch on just the last part of the topic here, and we're going to be going over it in just a minute. Okay, guys, so what we have here is a graph of the spectrum of low to high levels of the testosterone and what is considered normal by the national medical consensus in, well, America and most of the world. You see, a normal level of testosterone is actually somewhere in between 300 and about 540. This is for a normal adult male. But this isn't actually the normal levels of even roughly half of the percentage of males throughout the entire history of time of humanity. You see, it says that if you're between 300 and 500 that you're at the normal range, but you probably aren't really even going to be feeling normal. And this is, you're not even going to be feeling normal until you're probably closer to 500. If you're anywhere below 500 and lower than 300, I'm just going to be assuming you're probably not feeling that confident. You're probably not feeling that on top of the world. And, well, it's probably showing. So, 300 is considered normal, but that's about the same levels as your grandfather at 78. When he was in his prime, his levels were probably more close to the 700 to 1,000 nanograms per deciliter. And what Hamza's claiming is that nowhere on this spectrum, if you were to get tested, can you actually make the number go up. That's just completely false. If you have signs of low testosterone, you can easily bring your levels up to the 500s to the 700s through rigorous training and proper diet and sleep, and it's really actually not that hard. Now, your maximum, I'm just going to say the baseline maximum for every man is about 1,000. This is the typical number of testosterone that a basic man from the 18th century probably had. So you can see the difference in the hormone profile is about 700 nanograms of testosterone. It's no wonder kids today are wanting to jump on TRT like there's no consequences and get their testosterone levels above 1,000. I'm not saying that probably doesn't feel great, but it definitely comes with consequences. Now, if you want to get your testosterone levels to 1,000 and above, it's really simple. You just follow the simple, natural diet and exercise and fitness plan that is really designed for most men to be able to do. Most men and most humans are natural athletes, and that's why we're supposed to be sitting with higher ranges of The chemical that is designed to give us motivation and drive to compete in the world. Okay? That sense of competition, honor, defeating your enemy, conquering, it is more or less completely suppressed in the modern man today, and we are seeing a reflection of it as the good little goy boys down at the hospital tell you, you're doing just fine. You have 300 nanograms of testosterone. You're a healthy young man. You got a long way to go, buddy. You got a long way to go. So, if you guys want to get your levels to 1,000, just keep watching the videos, okay? Don't listen to Hamza. It's absolutely not true that you cannot increase your testosterone. I'm not really sure what he meant by that, but it's absolutely not true that you cannot increase your testosterone naturally. You don't need to jump on TRT. It's got lifelong ramifications. Take it for someone who's increased their testosterone naturally just by natural methods, and I feel great. And I used to not feel so great, but I'm telling you guys right now, having your testosterone high naturally is the best ticket out there. Yes, it's hard to do, but it's well worth it. It's the best ticket out there, okay? You just feel great and like attacking the world like a fucking Wolverine every fucking day, okay, guys? Alright, well, you know, my mom watches these videos and she was telling people that I should tell them to like and subscribe, so go ahead if you want to.